In this video, we're going to talk about calculating probabilities from a Venn diagram. Now, in the last video, we had a look at how to interpret Venn diagrams, which you can go back and watch, or you can view up here. This Venn diagram is talking about a group of students being surveyed about their elective choices. And this Venn diagram shows the results of that survey. So a quick recap. All of the numbers in the dance bubble represent students doing dance. All of the numbers in the IT bubble represent students doing IT. And the numbers in the overlap section where they cross over represent students doing dance and IT. Those on the outside are students not doing dance or IT. So first calculation, let's calculate the probability of a student doing dance as an elective. So we need to know how many favourable outcomes there are. Well, the students doing dance are all of the ones in this bubble. 6 plus 4, which is 10 students. 10 out of the total number of students that were surveyed. We need to figure out how many that is. So we have 22 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6, and that gives us 40. To find the total number of students that have been surveyed, we add together all of the numbers on the Venn diagram. So the probability of a student doing dance as an elective is 10 out of 40. You'll remember that we always need to give our probabilities as fractions in simplest form. So 10 out of 40 simplifies to 1 quarter. A quarter of the students surveyed did dance as an elective. Next, we want to look at the probability that a randomly selected student does IT as an elective. So we look at our favourable outcomes. The favourable outcomes are all of the students that do IT. So the 8 students that just do IT and the 4 that do IT and dance. So altogether that's 12 out of the total 40 students that were surveyed. 12 out of 40 of the students do IT. So again, we need to simplify our fraction, and this will simplify down to 3 in 10. Our common factor here is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So there is a 3 in 10 chance that a randomly selected student participates in IT as an elective. Our next part asks us to find the probability that a student does not do dance or IT. Probability they don't do dance or IT. So looking at our Venn diagram, everyone in this circle does dance and everyone in this circle does IT. So people that don't do dance or IT have to be outside of those two circles on our Venn diagram. Which are these 22 students? There are 22 students in there who have favourable outcomes. If we want a student who does not do dance or IT as an elective. So that's 22 out of a possible or total number of 40 surveyed students. Again, we have to simplify our fraction. 22 over 40 simplifies down to 11 over 20. Both are even numbers, so we can divide them both by 2 to simplify those fractions. Our next probability calculation is the probability that a student does dance with a dash next to it. Now you remember that this dash represents the complement of that event. And what this really means is the probability that a student does not do dance. That dash means does not. So we're looking for all the students who do not do dance. So that's all the students who are not in the dance circle, which means it's everyone outside of that dance circle. Oh, that's a pretty bad colouring in of our dance circle. Let's try that again. So all of the students who are not in the dance circle. So that's the 8 who do IT and the 22 who don't do either of the electives. So the probability that a randomly selected student does not do dance is the same as the probability that they do IT or neither of those subjects. And so there are 22 students who don't do either and 8 that only do IT. So that's 30 students altogether who don't do dance out of a total 40. If we simplify that probability, that is a 3 in 4 chance. Or 3/4 of those students do not do dance as an elective. Which makes sense because the probability that they do dance is 1/4. 1/4 plus 3/4 gives us a whole. And we know that our event and its complement always add up to 1. So 1/4 plus 3/4 adds up to 1. And the last probability we're going to calculate is the probability that a randomly selected student does not do IT. There's our complement notation again with that little dash. So the probability that they do not do IT. Let's figure out how many favourable outcomes we have. colour our Venn diagram to represent. So the students that don't do IT are the students who are not in the IT bubble, which is everyone outside of that IT circle. So the students who just do dance and the students who don't do dance or IT. These ones do IT, and we want the ones who don't do IT. So we have 22 students plus 6, which gives us altogether 28 students who do not do IT out of a total 40. And this fraction simplifies down to 7 out of 10. Our common factor here is 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So there's a 7 in 10 chance that a randomly selected student does not do IT.